Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. Biodiversity is a difficult and not a favorite topic among students. Therefore, this action research is purposely to solve the problem and to make the topic become more interesting to learn. Inquiry-based learning using Google applications in biodiversity exploration is a research about creating learning module for exploring plant diversity use inquiry-based learning model which applies 5E elements assisted by Google applications. We chose to use inquiry-based learning or IBL model is because it could promote two-way communications, increase students' curiosity, and students could self-explore the subjects by asking questions and finding solutions using their creativity.
From the experience of using conventional teaching methods by lecturers, we have done pillow talk session to discuss our teaching methods while teaching biodiversity. Some of us bring students around college and teach in the field, some of us doing game, and some of us implement group presentation in class. We also have done some observation and interview with students about their level of knowledge about biodiversity. It was found that the main problem faced by students is difficult to distinguish the general and unique features of plant and animal species accurately. Most students also confuse to identify and classify plant and animal species according to the species classification hierarchy. This is because most students lack exposure and knowledge of the plant and animal species that exist in the nature. Their knowledge is restricted only for the plant and animal species that are commonly seen and studied in science and biology subject. There are three research objectives in this study, which are 80% of students are able to identify and classify species into 4 groups in Kingdom Plantae. Number 2, 80% of students were able to state the unique characteristic of each group in Kingdom Plantae. And the third, 100% of students can be used the Google application as an information retrieval tool to complete assignments.
The conceptual framework for our action research starts with the problem identification related to subtopic of Kingdom Plantae from student and lecturer perspective. In order to solve the problem, a sharing session among lecturer was conducted to review the best teaching practice for subtopic Kingdom Plantae in biodiversity topic. The best element in each idea were combined to construct Plant Detective Modul, which using inquiry-based learning and 5E model approach. In this module, various Google applications are proposed as a collaborative tool in learning the biodiversity topic. Among the literature review, Corey in 2021 highlight that inquiry-based learning is an active learning method that is beneficial for developing student inquiry skill, while Salvani et al. In 2020 said that 5E model has positive impact on student achievement and attitude towards science, in which it is effective in understanding of concept and building meaningful knowledge. In the other hand, Google in 2013 said that Google application for education is powerful cloud computing solution that work best everywhere on any device used as collaborative tool for education institution. Plant Detective Module implement 5E model which include 5 phases. Engage session start with a YouTube video presentation and introduction to Plant Detective activity.
Di mana kita akan buat aktiviti kita panggil Plant Detective. To investigate.
In explore session, students were divided into 4 groups. Each group have to identify plant species in the picture using Google Lens. By using Google search afterwards, students classify the plant species based on their hierarchical classification, unique characteristic, and also its importance in daily life. Finally, students recorded the finding using Google Doc and saved it in Google Drive. In explain session, each group presented their finding using Google Doc to the rest of the class.
Consists of matrix, xylem and phloem, which facilitate water conduction and food transportation.
In elaborate session, students apply the skill obtained in exposition to identify several animal species using Google Lens.
Okey, genus dan kodata adalah faedah binatang yang ada sebelah. Kodata adalah akar.
Finally, in evaluate session, students were required to answer formative assessment via Google Form to evaluate student understanding in Kingdom Plantae.
Our first result, according to the data obtained from the Google Docs, 100% students were able to identify scientific names for all plants in the pictures and also able to classify plants into correct groups of Kingdom Plantae. So, the first research objective is achieved. Our second result, which based on the students' presentation using Google Docs, we found that 100% students were able to state unique characteristics of each group in Kingdom Plantae and also its importance in daily life. This makes we achieve our second research objective. Third research objective is achieved based on researchers' observations where 100% students were able to apply and integrate Google applications in completing the task. We can see from the pictures that all students used Google applications in completing the task given to them. The last step in our activity using 5E elements is evaluate. So, we came out with assessments about plant diversity using Google Form. The graph shows the result of the assessment. Almost all students get more than 11 marks, which means more than 80% of the students will be able to answer the questions correctly.
The implication of this Plant Detective Module was help us to understand the students' learning style in terms of student minds, emotion, attitudes or physical movements. At the end of the session, students had increased their curiosity and focus about biodiversity. They are also actively participate in the activity with their friends. We also found that students can manage their time wisely and the students' level of confidence also increase. When students are exploring the different Google apps such as Google Lens to identify the organism name, Google Search to exploring more, Google Translate to translating language, Google Doc to record the data, Google Drive to keep data safely and collaborate, as well as Google Form as their tool to evaluate, students can easily implement it in the different situations in their learning environment. The exploration of knowledge will be more fun and exciting. In this digital era, it is important to educate individuals on the effective and efficient use of digital technologies. So, the Plant Detective Module can be implementing as e-game board in mobile application. Furthermore, for not missing the feel of nature, the real specimen should be used in the Plant Detective Module in real time.
As conclusion, we achieve all the objectives that we set, and we hope this research will provide beneficial information and can be applied in the new learning technique in 21st century.